Here we have Mary, who persuaded N friends to donate $500 each to her election campaign. So N friends give $500 each. That seems pretty straightforward. If you have 10 people, then you get $5,000, and so on and so on. And then each of these N friends persuaded N more people to donate 500 each to Mary's campaign. Okay, and gets N more people to give 500 apiece. Now, I want to talk about what this means because this seems like a complex scenario. It actually kind of sounds like a Ponzi scheme, like a pyramid scheme. So I'm going to run a little hypothetical here, and I like to do things in this way when the information seems kind of layered. So if n equaled 2, if there were 2 people, then each of these 2 people would give $500 and then would get n more people apiece. So that first person gets 2 more and the second person gets 2 more. So if n equals 2, that actually makes a total of 6 people all giving $500 each. So that would be $3,000. If I make the n bigger, then I get more people and I get more money. So that's a relationship that's direct. More people, more money, and so on and so forth. So now that I've got that out of the way, I can deal with the question. It asks, if no one donated more than once, and if there were no other donations, what was the value of n? So we are after that initial number of people, and we can use this idea to help figure it out. So let's talk about fact 1. It says that the first n people donated 1/16 of the total amount. Now this is actually real easy to deal with because we could figure out from this demo, when it's 2 people, that would be $1,000, but it's a total of $3,000. So this group did 1/3 of the total. I could eventually figure out which group did 1/16 by just making the n bigger and bigger and bigger, and then I'd eventually find a match. This is a 1v1e setup, so fact 1 is sufficient on its own. You can knock out B, C, and E, and now we're moving on to fact 2. It says the total amount was $120,000. Well, the same way we could 1v1e fact 1, we can 1v1e fact 2. It's just a matter of brute force. I would plug in numbers until I hit 120,000, and then that would tell me which number it was. So fact 2 is sufficient. The best part here is in neither of these 2 facts did I actually have to do the calculation. It was clearly 1v1e's both times, and that makes D the correct answer. Now what I did here, playing through a demo by saying what if n equal 2 and figuring out what that means, by doing that up front, I saved a ton of time later on in the question. And you'll find when a DS question is layered in that way, that running a little test case right up front just to see what things mean will make your life a whole lot easier when it comes to dealing with the rest of the question. This will also come in handy in certain problem-solving questions, but you're going to find it's most useful in DS, especially when you're dealing with information that seems a little vague.